Tell me, guys, what have you guys been up to, man, for the last 1 year? I mean, like, YesWeHack still hacking around, right?
Yes, all the time, more and more. So for it, many people are at home, they are bored, they can't go out, so they are hacking even more. So that's good. I mean, for us, we see a lot of new enter, a lot of new vulnerability discover. The level is going way higher, so that's awesome. And, on top of that, many companies, they start to, I would say, feel less, scared about the model.
Huh.
So that's good.
A lot of companies had to adapt with the new pandemic, switch to online stuff. So they're also a bit more scared about security and start to wonder what can do about it.
But what about when it comes to engagement? I mean, like, engaging with the client, I guess, previously, right, it would be kind of like a face-to-face meeting or, some kind of a legal framework that we put in place. But now, we are
doing what everyone is doing, to explain to the client, when we work with them, we are doing it, not over Zoom, but we have other way to communicate, and
secure Zoom.
Type of secure communication channel. But they adapt. And the good thing is they are launching a lot of new apps. Because even many business, which were honestly we didn't suspect them that to move to Bug Bounty or things like that, but they were more I would say old school.
Yeah.
And from the next day they shift and they say, oh, we build this app. And no, we are agile. We want to release code every week, so we can do a pen test.
We are agile, yeah. I've heard that one.
So that's very cool. We also are having like some company. I would say the way we work, most of the company they were a bit shy of going public, like doing public Bug Bounty. But on the next 2 weeks, we will launch 2 huge, public Bug Bounty with the Asian company.
Okay.
Can you see on Twitter
tell us about it?
It will be huge.
Or not yet?
I can't say the name, before next week.
Okay. Embargo.
Yes. No, because everyone will start hacking them.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're trying to get the bug idea, right?
So we can tell that, but it's very good. And on top of that, something that changed quite a lot in the past, I would say 6-8 months. It's really about vulnerability disclosure. The company it's something they didn't want to do. What we see, it's many companies, they are putting in place page where they explain that if you discover a vulnerability, how to report it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very good case, and they start to understand that anyway, people gonna hack whatever happen, and instead of just being legal threat and stuff like that, it's way better to tell people, okay, if you find something, just let us know what's the vulnerability. We will not give you any reward because it's really a passive way of doing IT security. But at least if someone finds a vulnerability, they have a way to report it. When I would say I was way younger and I was still doing a lot of hacking, how many times you discover a vulnerability on a website you are using, you don't know what to do, basically. You find something, you are like, okay, if I report, will I be prosecuted? What will happen? So basically you don't do anything. And you keep the vulnerability for you. But today, this is something that companies are really understanding. They say, okay, it's really not open, do whatever you want. But if guys are finding vulnerability in good faith, they are happy to accept it and to fix it and to work with people. I think it's a huge change for even 2 years ago.
Yeah, because I think most bug hunters are always worried about the legal ramifications. Because, different countries have different laws, right? Like, it might be okay in that country, but where you live, like, for example, we know hackers who are from Tunisia, and the law there is very different from France, right? So there's always a concern that if they disclose something, and the company presses charges, they could get into some serious trouble.
Yes, and that's why it's important, because anyway, all companies have vulnerabilities. We have vulnerabilities everywhere. People are developing more and more applications. So at some point, it's really, what do you want? You don't want to be aware about them, or you want people to give it to you. So no, it's really, I think it's really shifting. So for us, it's very, very interesting. At the same time, for example, to know how to report, we build some tools for the community.
Mm-hmm.
And because I would say we had quite a lot of, not quite a lot of time, but BitK, Lucas he's doing an amazing job because he's hacking all the time. Every time there is a need or something, he's building a tool, and I think it's a good way to share with the community. And that's why I bring him, because I could explain the tools, but I mean, most of them he built them. So, and really, he built, awesome tools. And, yeah, I think it was like, Luca, if you want to share.
I can show you a short,
show us
what we've done.
Show us, brother.
Yeah. Let's share the screen.
You got permission, I think, right?
Yeah, he was sharing.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So we got a small web page on GitHub with all our open source projects designed for hackers.
Mm-hmm.
So here is the short summary. The first one is Punfox. When you do bug bounty or pen testing, usually you want to test with different profile on an application. You have, like, for example, one user and another one, and you can check that they're both isolated, or if you want to check the different level of privileges. But when you do this in burp, it's very difficult to know which request is made with which profile.
Mm-hmm.
And with Punfox, you can create a containers tab. So each tab will get one color, and each color will get its own cookie jar.
Yep.
And after that, it will be reflected in your
That's cool, man.
proxy, so you know exactly what you are doing.
That's damn cool, bro.
It's really simple, but it's so useful.
Yeah, you can see how that could be definitely useful to fuzz two different users and color code it. Yeah, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's the idea is not from me, it's from NCC Group. They did something like that for Chrome, but I don't like Chrome, I prefer Firefox, so I had to do it myself. Next one is YesWeHack. Yeah, YesWeHack is, every time I do bug bounty with YesWeHack, I got a problem. I'm a bit lazy, and filling up the scope for each program take a lot of time. And if I want to hack on different scope and change back and forth, it can be a bit tedious. So I build a small add-on that automatically connects to YesWeHack with your account, fetch all the programs, and display them in a new tab. And you can automatically, not automatically, but you can choose a program, choose a scope, and decide what you want to add to your burp configuration. So your burp is configured in basically 2 or 3 quick clicks.
Cool.
And if the program asks you to put like some special headers or stuff like that, we will also offer to you. You will be able to do it.
But yeah, no, other bounty platform, they try to do the same, but it's not as cool as our ESP.
Yeah, on HackerOne you can download the configuration, but here you don't have to download it. Everything is done for you.
Amazing.
Next one is machine. I will talk about it later, but we also got VDP Finder. It's a small add-on that will just show you on any website if there is a VDP, either on YesWeHack or any other bug bounty platform, or at least a VDP we know about, or bug bounty. So it's a quick way to know, I'm on a website, I saw something weird, and I can check quickly if there is like a bug bounty and jump to it if there is one. For example, on Github, I got some links and I can check automatically the security.txt.
Cool.
And it's simple tool just to know where you are. We also got some nice blog posts about how to configure your burp with a lot of add-ons. I recommend you to check it. and also the hack pack. It's a compilation of hacking links and blog and stuff like that you should read. I also made the DOJO. So DOJO is a training platform, but there is already a lot of training platforms. And what I wanted to do is I want to focus on how the exploits actually work in the code base.
Mm-hmm.
So with DOJO, you get a code example like this. This is a SQL injection example.
Yeah.
So you get your query and you get your input over there.
Yeah.
And you can, if you try to do your injection, you will see in real time what happened in the query as you do your injection. So if I do like the basic R1, I can see like where the SQL syntax is moving and what is happening as I do the injection and how the request change. This example is very trivial because there is only one injection point and there is no modification. But if you choose another training with some filters, I can try to do an injection, but my input is heavily modified, so it's not as easy as before. I need to find another way to do some comments, for example, or stuff like that. But with this tool, you can also, if you like this challenge, but you want to do it a bit different and share it with your friend, you can just copy the challenge, enter addition mode, and here you can create your own challenge as you want.
This is cool.
Some filters, everything. So this is very useful if you want to create small CTF challenges.
Yeah.
You can do, there's a lot of backends, like you can do SQL injection, XPath, MongoDB, XSS. You can even run your own JavaScript code. And you can share it. This is cool for two things. Sometimes you just want to share a challenge, but sometimes I got some weird exploitation and I want to understand what's happening. For example, I got an injection, but I got my endpoint injected at 2 points. Here, I got, for example, email or username equal to user. Mm-hmm. And here, if I want to try to exploit and wrap my head on what I'm doing, normally it's very difficult. But here I can see automatically both points being updated at the same time.
Right.
So I can know if the injection is valid or if I'm making a mistake.
Yeah. So basically where you need to put the escape characters in order to complete
that's
the
it.
SQL.
And you can quickly make your mind about what is happening there in the scene. Like if you got an ID, you write what your ID of the request is here. You can try to do your injection, look what's happening on the real target, and update your guess and try to work with this.
So hang on, this DOJO tool, it's open source, right? Like you can just download it.
DOJO is not open source, but it's a website. You just go to dojo-yeswehack.com and it's there.
You play.
Yeah, there is nothing to download.
Okay. And so when you share challenges, are they public? As in, like, can people design challenges and then use that?
You just need to copy the URL and you can share the challenge.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So it's just simple as that. The URL might be a bit too long for Twitter, but you can use some shortener.
Yeah, you just get a URL shortener, man.
And the last one is Pun Machine. There is XSS tool also.
This one is totally crazy.
It's frameworks for writing XSS. Because usually we always write the same kind of XSS for every target. Like we want to get some CRF, some token, use the token to do a post request somewhere else. And it's always the same thing, but you get always stuck because, this time you are injecting in a script tag, or this time it's in an event tag and I need to escape it. Sometimes I need to URL encode it, HTML filter, and there is some WAF on top of that. And so you cannot really reuse your old payload and you need to build something from scratch every time. And because I had this problem, I wanted to create a lib that will do this for me. So with this lib, it's split in two main parts. The first one is a Payload Builder. Mm-hmm. So you can create a payload with functional kind of syntax.
Yeah.
For example, here I create a new payload. I say, I want to add an exfiltrator. An exfiltrator is a small function that will take care of getting some data from the victim and sending back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. there is a bunch of exfiltrator available with the lib. Here I exfiltrate with post message, but this is not the point. After that, I do some computation on my payload. For example, here I want to get the document.cookie. I want to exfiltrate it. Next, I want to fetch the DOM on /user/me, do a query selection, and exfiltrate it. And I can take this payload, and after that, I put it in a wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
The wrapper take the payload, and I can transform it. For example, I can do, I want this code to be like an eval DX64 inside an SVG unload inside a new frame.
That's cool, man.
And it will create this for you. And taking care of all the escaping is done properly. But what is nice is if I want to reuse, if I find another XSS on the same target, I can just change the payload and keep the wrapper. And I can just change each part separately. And also I can change the exfiltrator. For example, here I am exfiltrating with simple post message. But post message is just for testing because it's in a real condition. I don't want to exfiltrate in the same browser. But I can just change it with, like, for example, a post request, and I can still use the same payload as before, but change the way I'm exfiltrating data. It's not a get request anymore, it's a post request, something like that. If you want to look more with it, there is a full documentation with example for every function, and more example of all we can do. There is a bunch of already built-in function.
Very cool. This is Python, right?
All you want with this. And our last tool for today is Push Machine. And Push Machine is a easy way to self-host your pooling server. This is the V1, but the V2 will be released very, very soon, like in next week or in 2 weeks. And I will give you a short preview.
All right.
So the idea is you have this web interface on your server. Your server is running Docker. And all your process will be run inside Docker. And here you have like a whole management interface. So it will take care of you of, you can see all your containers, what's running, what's exposed on the internet or not. You can also configure your DNS. You have a short summary of all your rules. You've got all your DNS logs. You can do everything is basically it's management system built in a web browser. But what is very useful is because it's built using multiple bricks that work very well together. For example, if I want to create a new container with I want a new service. I want to host XSS Center, but I want it on my server because I don't trust the guy hosting it. And I can just say, okay, I want a new image, search for XSS Center. And if it's available on Docker Hub, I should find it. Okay. Oh no. This is the demo effect, but okay. let's use Metasploit. At least I know it's there. Okay, so I can just pull Metasploit. It will start recovering it, getting it. After that, I can start a container. And once my container is ready, I can just expose it on the internet. I choose a port, and I get all the domain available. And basically, it's a point-and-click adventure to build your own server.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's awesome because for everything, like, I don't know, you need a connect back or you need SSRF. You have SSRF, but you are not sure. Honestly, okay, you can use Burp Collaborator, but it's not your own server.
Yeah.
So at least, or even if you want to share files or for like you are writing, you have a POC for vulnerability, and honestly, the only place that you can more or less trust to share everything is your own server.
Yeah.
So instead of building everything and like people like me are a bit lazy and it's taking time. You just use that. After 5 minutes, you have all your tools, everything. It's just crazy.
Yeah, if you need someone made a good tool, you pull, you click, it's up on your server, and you control everything from the DNS to the SSL certificate, because it will, for example, if you start a new service and you put a domain name on it, Punt machine will take care for you to put the wildcard, SSL certificate, validated with Let's Encrypt. To do that, it will push all the required TXT record in your DNS. It take care of everything for you. Because what I saw is a lot of hunters use third-party website to host payloads and callbacks, like Kevin said. And I think you shouldn't use third-party website when you are getting vulnerabilities.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Especially when you're using real vulnerabilities, don't send it to someone, man.
So my theory was hunters are not that, are maybe a bit lazy when it comes to admin sys. So if something is doing everything for them, they will gladly switch to more privacy.
Definitely. Is this available now for people to download?
Not yet. It will be available like very, very soon. But as you saw, there is some small bugs yet. I need to fix.
Let us know when you are releasing it, man. We'll help to tweet it out as well because this looks really cool. And
I think that's it. But it's already a lot.
It's excellent, man. It's like you guys have been busy, man. Definitely been busy, bro. Like, yeah, making good use of the time, man.
I was stuck home.
What else to do, right? Write code, man. Excellent. I don't think we have any questions from the audience. Let me just check. No, we don't. And we have about 5 more minutes. Is there anything you guys want to tell the world about?
You guys have the YesWeHack EDU platform, right? What is that about?
Sorry?
The EDU platform?
EDU platform. Okay. We are working, especially, we launched it, for real, during when everything, locked down, at the beginning of COVID. Mm-hmm. So the idea, it's a training platform for Bug Bounty. So how it works, it's, you have real website with real vulnerability, but it's not like CTF. I would say where, you have the vulnerability or you have flags. You have nothing like that. It's really real website. And, we work with quite a lot of, I think we have more than few thousand students who use the platform.
Nice.
And still, many students are now using it in IT schools. So the goal is for them to have like real websites, and we have different level of website. It's always the same, and but all the vulnerability had been fixed from level 1, from platform 1 to platform 2 to platform 3. So the platform 1, it's easy vulnerability. Second level, it's more, it had been patched, but not properly. And third one, it's super complex. So, the idea, it's because what's important when you are doing, when you are a pen tester or even when you are beginning at IT security or hacking, I would say, it's sometimes if it's too guided, you don't take the right reflex, where to look at, how to do. So it's 2 parts. It's a real training for the school. And then instead of having writing your report, you write your report in the Bug Bounty platform, which is dedicated for it, as a pen tester would do, or as a bug bounty hunter would do. So you have the exchange with the trainer, the teacher, and it puts you really in the place of a pen tester or bug hunter.
So it's only open to universities, or can anyone just join from the platform?
No, it's just for universities.
And so if there's a university that wants to sign up for this, how do they do it? Do they have to pay for it, or?
During COVID, it was free. Mm-hmm. So we make it free for everyone, but now we need to make a living.
Understandable, bro.
And so yes, but it's honestly, we do it because honestly, it costs us a lot in terms of hosting.
Yeah.
But it's almost a charity, I would say. We are definitely not doing that for profit.
So if there's an education institute, because, we work with the Ministry of Education in UAE, right? And I'm guessing they would be quite interested to find out more about this, or at least how they...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay, cool, man. I'll put you in touch with them, man, because...
we work with school in France, in Singapore, And yes, we have full feedback.
I
mean, it's like a real thing. It's it changed a bit. Even if I really like CTF or many people are doing very good platform to hack.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a bit different because it's a bit more in the long run. So you can you can improve your skills on DOJO and then this as well. So, I think for us it's very important because basically the bug bounty without the hunter, without the hacker, it's nothing. So it's very important for us to help a little bit. We can give some skills. Because even today you have so many things to learn, so many things you have access to. At least we make platform where you can try stuff.
Yeah, because we always get questions from students, and they can find CTFs online, but they are not guided, right? And a lot of them don't know where to start. As in, they just want some reference to at least learn and upskill, but have it that is challenging at the same time. And most CTFs online are like expect that you already know stuff, right? So nice, man.
So I think for that, especially for students, the best is DOJO. Because instead of, I would say something which is not, the problem when you start hacking, it's especially if, let's just take a simple example, SQL Injection, but we have many other type of vulnerability on DOJO. You are just entering the quote, and you have this payload, and you just launch the payload, it works, you get the flag. But the main advantage with DOJO, it's you really see the code. So you really, anyone can do it. If you're able to do, you have basic understanding of SQL, you are really able to see how it works. It's like, you open the box and you look at your injection.
Yeah.
And, I think that's the best way to learn. Because you can even add some things, and it's honestly I would love to have that before.
My main goal is I want people to stop copy pasting payloads they don't understand.
I think
maybe a bit goal.
It's a big goal, bro.
Yeah, but if at least some people manage to understand really what's happening, I think it's already a win.
Yeah, every little bit helps, man. Every little bit helps. Okay, brothers, I think that's all the time we have. Thanks so much for joining us. Nice to see you guys, even though it's not in person, but it's nice to hear from you guys and see that you guys have been busy working on good stuff.
Yes, thank you very much for having us. And I hope, maybe in August in Singapore.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. As soon as we can come back, even if we don't do a conference, right, we'll go and have a beer, bro. It's been too long.
Yeah, more than one. Huh?
At least more than one, huh? Yeah, two. You take care, brother. Stay safe, man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
See you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Ciao,
Thank you. Bye. See you.